Oh man, here we go again. Hello everybody, it's me Roundhouse back at it again. I'm sure you can hear my aircon unit going off. Currently filming in the room, but I will be transitioning to my living room shortly. Anyway, so we have a special video today. I'm reviewing more 2026 merch! Yay! Anyway, let's get into this. I have some, I'm excited. Something like that. Anyway, yeah. So I've been getting some 2026 merch in. And so recently, they've been stocking at Target. I'm sure you can figure it out. So I went to one of the Targets in my area, and I found some of the new 2026 merch. So that was exciting. It's so good to finally have Thomas at Target again, because I don't remember how long it's been. I think the last time Thomas was at Target was in 2022 or 2023 or whatever. You know, when AEG was still around. I'm sure you all loved that era. I'm not. Again, a common theme. I'm not gonna be a big fan of the faces and the legs or whatever. But I mean, it is what it is. I can't really do anything about it. So anyway, let's get started. So we're gonna start this off with one of the first diecasts, or two diecasts that I managed to pick up recently, and that is Diesel. And I also managed to pick up not that Gordon, this Gordon. So Diesel and Gordon were the first two diecasts I was able to pick up when I first found the 2026 merch at my Targets. I didn't find Oliver and Toad, sadly, because those were the two ones that I really wanted. But I mean, that's fine, as long as I got something. I'm not really complaining. So let's get started. So right off the bat, I have to make a comparison to Take Long and Take and Play because of the red running board with Diesel. Honestly, I think Diesel has to be one of the better looking of the 2026 engines, at least in terms of diecast and motorized. I mean, all of them are pretty good, except for that one troglodyte, the ugly red hot dog that I do not like. You all know who I'm referring to. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, what do I think? Honestly, what these are, this is pretty good. I will have to admit, I'm still not a huge fan of faces, but I mean, it is what it is. Also, the gray wheels are kind of interesting. They remind me of I know James has gray wheels, and Diesel has them too, so that's really interesting. Also, the magnets. Again, I'm not a big fan of the magnets. I wish they connected multiple. I wish that we had the two-way magnets back again, but it is what it is. I'm not really that picky in it. I mean, yeah. So honestly, and okay, I have to comment on the face. Diesel kind of looks like the Rizzler. You know what I mean? He's got that rizzing hey what's up type look in his eye. You know what I mean? This is the Rizzler but in train form. I'm sorry. Also, something weird. I believe the top is plastic, and the body is metal, which is really strange. Why not make a full diecast body at that point? Also, the way you can tell that some of these are metals, and some are what's metal and what's plastic. Metal has a very distinctive tink sound, while plastic has a very distinctive click sound, and you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm gonna keep this brief because I don't have much to say. This is basic engine, but overall, I'd have to give Diesel a 8, maybe like an 8. I'll give him like an 8 because he's probably one of the better diecasts. Anyway, moving him off to the side, we have Gordon. Now, Gordon was one of the ones that we got a first look at back in December when these leaked. And, okay, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Whilst I don't hate Gordon's new face, it is kind of weird. He kind of looks half-baked. Like, you know what I mean? He's kind of like got that baked look in his eyes, but I don't hate it. No, it definitely looks like Gordon compared to like some of the other characters' faces. Like some character choices are very, like the character designs are very strange. Also, interesting enough, we have a moving bogey, so that's really cool. I didn't expect that. It's actually like super cool that they even bothered to get these like swiveling bogies. I know that like Hero and Nina do not have bogies for whatever reason, and that's kind of weird, but it's whatever. I'll still be picking them up. Also, kind of worth noting that Gordon is a darker shade of blue compared to say the likes of Thomas. I don't know why this was done. I get it, like it was to differentiate the two, like, you know, because when these trains are all the same color, I mean, to the average parent, like, these trains are all, like, the Thomas train. You know, this is the big Thomas train. This is the little Thomas train. Like, I can see where they were going with this, but at the same time, it's really kind of jarring. Like, I was so used to Gordon and Thomas and Edward being all the same blue, and now they're just entirely different blues. Like, I don't hate it, but I'm not exactly totally on board with it. I don't know, maybe I'll have my opinions change once the show actually comes out. We still do not have any actual footage of that. Not even a trailer yet for the new show. That's kind of concerning. But yeah. Anyway, moving Thomas out the way because he's not important right now. Also, this is kind of disappointing, but the tender is plastic. So is the cat. The only metal part of this diecast, the quote-unquote diecast engine, is the boiler. So we've gone, like, because I remember when, like, Take and Play and Take Long were a thing, like, the only parts that were really plastic were, like, the cold look, like, the face, and, like, you know, and the wheels and chassis and whatever. Like, it was, like, I think there was more diecast in those than this. This is, like, we've gone from, like, I'm gonna go ahead and say, like, 96% metal and, like, 4% plastic to, like, I don't know, 96% plastic and 4% metal. I don't know if that's, like, I don't know if that you agree with that, but, like, that's kind of, like, my thought has been, like, you know? Anyway. I think also, I don't like how big they made Gordon's boiler. I know he's like a big engine, but like, come on guys, you made him look like a chud. Like, show my man Gordon some respect, Win. Also, I think this is the only diecast, like, Gordon that has, like, a accurate width of configuration. I'm looking back and, like, the all-engine scope one does not have an accurate wheel configuration, so that's kind of annoying, but, like, hey, at least we got it with this guy, you know. Also, the fact that we don't have a set of middle wheels in the tender is kind of annoying. And also for the fact that the buffer beam isn't really a buffer beam. It's just kind of, like, too nut, like, I wish they made, like, a separate buffer beam piece to put on the back of the tender. But, like, I digress. Oh yeah, also, these don't really work on track much of it. You will see, yeah, that this doesn't work. But don't worry, I can fix that, because we did get some track in, but that'll be saved for later. Also, it's very neat that Gordon has an accurate express head coat. I think that's very neat. So, what do I think of Gordon? Well, based on what I've seen, like, how I've handled, I've had this for a while, And honestly, I think this is like one of the best diecasts like I've ever had. It doesn't really compete with Take Long in my opinion, but like, nothing competes with the old merch. But it's cool that we have like something quote unquote classic that we can look back on. So that's neat. Anyway, moving all right along, we have another big engine that I picked up separately from. This was at a different time. When I picked later, it was like a later date I picked this up at. Anyway, here we have Henry. And weirdly enough, he does work better on track after cherry track than Gordon does, so take that however you will. But yeah, Henry. I've got to say, this is probably one of the best Henry diecasts. Again, I will say this is kind of like my opinion, so take this however you will, but it does not compete with like a Take Long Henry. Honestly, I prefer Take Longs over the free stuff, but like, I mean it is nice, it is what it is. Again, with Gordon, again with Henry, like Gordon, he has a swiveling bogey, which is very nice. Again, the tender is all plastic, but that goes without saying with like half of these guys. Like the tender engines have plastic tenders, that's kind of to be expected. Also, I don't really like his face. I don't know what it is, but this face does not like do it for me. It kind of looks like Henry. It really does. Like upbringing, like the Take Along. Yeah, I'm more used to this Henry face than I am this one. Even with the CGI and all, like I was used to those guys, but this is gonna take some getting used to. I know it's been a while, these have been out for a while, but like, I really don't like the faces on these guys. Also, I didn't mention this before, but I'm sure you can obviously tell. The tenders are both like connected, permanently attached to the engines now, which I think is, I'm not hugely sold on it, but I think I can see why they did this. I understand why they did this, because the tenders get lost very easily. Because when you go on eBay or like go to flea markets and stuff like that, you more often you more likely will find tender engines separated from their tenders. It's just a common thing. So I see. Yeah, I understand why they did this, so they wouldn't be permanently lost. Also, worth noting, Henry has a darker green. Because I know Percy is like the same shade of green he's always been, but Henry's been like a darker green. And Oliver's like a different kind of green as well, I'm pretty sure. So, you know, again, I'm not entirely sold on that. I've more often than not been used to like the engines all being like the same shade of green. Like this is kind of like what I was used to. I know this is like a bad example. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. And I don't have any plans. I probably will be picking up more of these. Oh, I didn't even rate Gordon. So I think Gordon's I think for all of these, they're kind of like similar. I'm gonna give them an 8. Not a perfect 10 out of 10, because there are some things I don't like. But, you know, I think these are good toys, you know? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway, here's another character that I picked up. And it's the motorized version of Gordon. Now, I already have, like, Thomas, Berkey, and the red ugly chocolate from the Amazon, like, the motorized food bag. So I don't have to pick those up. But I went to, a Mattel store, because there's, like, 2 at different distances, and I managed to pick up this guy. I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't have like Nia, but hopefully I'll pick her up soon. I hope she gets restocked on Amazon, because I found her listing. So like, yeah. Anyway, I think Gordon is probably the best of the motorized. I think Thomas comes in close second with Percy. Like, I think as a top tie between like Percy and Thomas as like the second best. Yeah, this is definitely like. This is honestly, I think this face is better on the motorized than it is on like the diecast. I don't know. That's just me though. Yeah. Also, my Gordon actually came with this gold though. That's more than I can say with the Amazon pack with the James, and because he didn't come with a gold one. Yeah, I have it. But anyway, what else can I say? Oh, the swiveling bogey is back with this guy. Although I do have to admit, it's kind of annoying that they cheat though and they only made it like, you know, 2 wheels, but like, I don't understand why they did that. Although it probably would have been hard to give him like a 4-wheel bogey pilot. Whatever, I don't know train terminology. Also, he's the same. I think actually, I kind of wanted to bring this up. Just remove that. These two are kind of similar shades, but in person that they are slightly off. I think, like, to me this reminds me more of like slightly sunburned plastic. I don't know if that's like, if I'm crazy for saying that, but it kind of like gives me that vibe, like sunburned plastic. I know I'm talking really fast, but I'm like, whatever. Also, the red for the footplate running board, whatever, is a lot darker in person. I know it's a lot brighter on camera, but like, it's kind of darker in person. Oh yeah. Also, this is kind of how he runs. I had a battery in before, but I mean, it runs okay. I'll probably put a new battery in him soon. Also, a funny story. So when I got this guy, after getting home, I opened him up, assuming that there was nothing was wrong. But I'll show on screen, he was missing 2 screws, like the front screw at the front and the back, like that, you know, the hold the body to the chassis. I know he has clips, but like it was so funny to realize that, like, I'm not even mad, it's just kind of building. How do you mess that up? Like, I'm not a fan of like okay, here's what I don't get. I get the die-cast and all that, but like, why did the motorized have to get magnets? Like, I get it was to be more compatible with other toy brands, but like, it's kind of alienating to be like, oh, hey, you know, this super recognizable coupling system that we've used years, hey, let's ditch that in favor of magnets, because for the longest time, this is what Trackmaster and motorized use. Plastic connectors. I had no issues with the plastic connectors, the plastic coupling hooks, and all that stuff. I think that was great. That was probably my favorite. I'm still not a fan of the magnets, and I don't think I ever will be. But like, you know, I guess it is what it is. Like, it's whatever, to be honest. Also, worth noting that Gordon and James have front bumpers on their tenders. And that's because I think for the most part, these engines, like the tender engines and like the trucks, kind of share like similar toolings. Like, as far as I'm aware, like the truck chassis and the tender chassis, like they're pretty much similar, but they just, you know, drilled this out like in order to make way for like the tender drawbar and everything. Like, it's kind of interesting. I don't. You would think that this would like capture like the toy design, but whatever, you know, it is what it is. Oh yeah, and also painted buffers. I can sure you can tell me that. Oh, again, I'm coming around to like the buttons, but for the most part, I was more used to the switches. I liked these a lot better because they felt more like solid. I don't know how to put it into words, but like, yeah, I mean, again, I don't really take issue with like the way that this new motorized line is going, but I think for what these are, I recommend skipping out on them because, well, actually no. I have seen like some like videos, like some of these actually do run a lot better. Like the second, I think like wave 2, like the motors like run a lot better than wave 1, but like I haven't really had much experience with the motorized engines to formulate a solid opinion on them yet. That's what I've heard. Like, take my word with a grain of salt because I don't really know. Again, some of these toys are still faulty, so for all intents and purposes, maybe if you're planning on buying some of these, I'd I'd recommend like thinking twice about making your purchase. But yeah, so that's my review on the die-cast engine and the motorized engine that I got. I think overall I am pretty happy with these toys. Like, I don't have much issue with them. I mean, aside from a few nitpicks, but like at the same time, those are nitpicks, and I can't really do much about those. But yeah. So anyway, let's transition because I have some stuff that I'm more excited about than these guys. So without further ado, let's get going. Okay, so I'm in my living room now, and I'm going to now take a look at the track railroad builder bucket and the Bell Station train set. So I think we're gonna start with the builder bucket because that's kind of the least interesting of the bunch. So yeah, let me just. So we have the track adapter. That's very nice. I don't get why there's only one included. You would think there would be like 2, but whatever. We have the instructions. So that's new. I'll keep those. So this is the point of contention. This is like my first ever like push along Percy I've ever gotten this like new toy range. I don't have the metal version, but maybe I'll get that at some point. I don't know. Yeah, this thing is very light. This is probably like I don't get why they can't include like a die cast, but like, yeah, whatever. Okay, so this is my first exposure to this track, so let's see what I think. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so first impressions of this new track. This has a bit of a different feel to like the Revolution track. Definitely a different look. Okay, so I don't get why they had to change the connectors. But like, whatever. Oh. I actually don't mind that, actually. This is probably like I think this is pretty neat. Nice. So there's like the 2 ramps. Alright, so let's take a look at this adapter. And this is something that was kind of mandatory with this new stuff. Alright. It's a shame you only get one. You would have figured they would give like two. It's kind of what TamaTerrorz Revolution did when it first started out. Alright, so let's connect. Alright. You know what? I actually did this. This is actually pretty neat. Okay, so alright. Okay, that's Florida, so that's actually pretty cool. I dig this stuff now. Okay. So that's kind of like a quick look at what the Build-A-Bucket has. Honestly, for $23 or something, I think this is a pretty good investment. This is definitely mandatory for getting into this new stuff, like this new range. I definitely recommend getting the Build-A-Bucket, because you get like, not only do you get like a decent amount of back, but also you get like an adapter, which is kind of necessary if you're starting out with this new stuff, and you've already had like experience with TamaTerrorz Revolution. So that's kind of like my thought. And also, I do like the how much like track you do get, because for what this is actually pretty necessary if you're getting into this new stuff. So yeah. Also, a point of contention with this guy is that I've seen like a lot of these having like reverse magnets, so I will test it out later if this guy does have reverse magnets. But like, you know, we'll see. So enough of that Build-A-Bucket. Let's get on to this guy, the Bell Station, and this is something that I really, I mean, I wanted to take my set, but that's kind of a bit expensive, like $40 for what that is, but like, yeah, whatever. So back of the box, here's something interesting. So, help Thomas keep Soda on schedule by picking up and dropping off passengers. And also, the back has this like little description. Thomas, sociable, cheeky, and bold. He's ready for a new job. That's a bit of an interesting character analysis. But whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna break into this little trinks and we'll build it up. Okay. Changing angles because why not? Okay, so instructions, we got those. Okay, I'm just gonna go back to this view. Okay, so we got the Bell Station platform. Okay, that's pretty neat. Takes a bit of pressing. So we have the front of the Bell Station. The platform, like the parking bays for whatever reason. We have the roof of the Bell Station. The ramp. More curves. The back of the Bell Station, I believe. Like the top with like the little bell. Kind of reminds me of the church. Whatever these are, I think these are like grass bushes. Straight. A sign. The tunnel piece in half. Ramps and ascending curves. A switch, because that's important. Riser and another curve. Track piece, assuming that sign goes there. accessory pieces, and another track adapter, which is very nice. So let me get into this. I'll cut back to when I actually get Thomas out. So yeah, let me get that real quick. So after the struggle, well, not much struggle, but anyway, we have Thomas. Now this is a lot, but of course this is... Oh, okay, so what I was kind of curious as to if this guy would have screws, because I know like the Tidmouth Station Thomas, but no, not the Tidmouth Station. The Tidmouth Sheds Thomas has screws underneath so you can take it apart. So I was wondering if this guy would have it too. Also worth noting that the side detailing is a lot different on the plastic Thomas than it is on the metal Thomas, and I don't know why that is. But whatever, you know. It is what, I guess that is what it is. So yeah, I don't have much to say other than the details are interesting, and I think the face is slightly different, but I'll have to go grab my plastic metal Thomas to see. Anyway, time to open this up. Open this, another track adapter, which is very good. And another important part of the set is the... Okay, so this is a gate. I don't know what that is. Sign. And rail crossing. Oh, and the other part of the gate. Okay. So I'm gonna get started on building this setup. I should probably look at the instructions to know. What's the... Oh. Okay, so there are the stickers. Okay. Carefully pull those off. Try not to get the paper. Okay, so here are the stickers. Honestly, yeah, don't have much to say. These are stickers. So let me get started on building this bell station. Okay, so that's the bell station and the sign all put together. So I probably should build the tunnel next, and then I'll try to build an interesting layout with all the stuff like that. So yeah, I'll cut back to you guys when I actually do have the layout built. Okay, so it took a bit of like learning, because I wasn't really happy with the original track plan I started out with. But yeah, here's what I was able to make with the track pieces I have. I'm honestly pretty happy with how the layout turned out. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So, as you can see, here are the two Thomases that I have. Now, I'm sure you can tell straight away that, yeah, these are different. Well, kind of different. I mean, one's plastic, one's metal, but like, yeah, like, you can see on the side, like the sides, like, one has like very prominent rivets, and the other just it just looks kind of bare. Also, the lining on like the boiler, I also noticed is different, as well as the faces. The faces are slightly like, they definitely look different. Like, you can tell like that they are different, but I mean, it doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, also Percy. As you can see, he doesn't have reverse magnets, so that's pretty good, guys. Because I was like, one of the things I was worried about with getting this new Percy plastic push along. Also, oh yeah, okay, so here I'm testing Gordon on like the switch track, and for some reason he and Henry do not like the switches for whatever reason. I don't know what it is, but I had to force Gordon and Henry through the switches. It just like, if for whatever reason they clip. I don't get that part, but yeah, you can see, like, you can clearly tell like with right there, you could tell like Henry had trouble getting through the switch. So that's kind of concerning. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if I have a defective switch, but whatever. Okay, so here, yeah, it does work kind of with take and play and take along. It doesn't work that well, because obviously the take and plays and take alongs are like have thinner like chassis, and the newer stuff has like a wider like chassis width, but it's whatever, it's fine. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so here I am testing the track, like the track re-railer thing, like that's built into the system, because that was one of the things I was curious about. If I know it works with like the new 26 stuff, but I was curious if it would work with like classic Tomy and Trackmaster. So as you can see, I am testing it out with Hit Toys Thomas and 2 Tomy trucks. Definitely like, yeah, definitely like this system is definitely like not made for these, but like, although to be fair, I was using like, I think the treads on my Thomas were a little worn, but yeah. I mean, for the most part, this, like, the re-railer worked, so, like, I can't really, like, yeah, like, right there, it works, so, yeah, I can't really complain too much, you know, it definitely does work. Yeah. Okay, so here I am testing it with some wooden railway engines, well, some wooden stuff, with a Renaissance and some cargo cars, and I think, yeah, it definitely works. I did try to, you know, see, oh, well, how well does it work? Like, can it, like, you know, do it, like, with a truck fully derailed? It definitely, like, I think it's for, like, slight derailments and stuff, but, like, I wanted to, like, experiment with it, because I didn't know what I was getting into with this stuff. But yeah, the system definitely worked. Well, for what it was. Right there, you can see it coming into play right there, and yeah, it definitely works with wooden railway and classic Tomy Trackmaster. I'm just kind of messing around with what can and can't be like fully done. Yeah, it's pretty good. So right here, I am setting up a 5-car train. Well, technically 6-car if you count. Yeah, a 6-car train for Gordon. I know it says like, I know it looks like 5 cars, but technically it's 6 because, you know, Gordon's tender. Well, yeah, as you can see, okay, well, slight derailment with the bogey, but yeah, for the most part, yeah. It does work. Yeah, the re-railer system does work. Although, I think I might need to change the battery out because, yeah, it got stuck on the hill, so I had to push it. You're about to see. Yeah, it fell over. It fell over because, you know, long trains on curves tend to not mix well, but like, whatever. Yeah. Oh, right there, as you can see, somehow my Gordon is pulling both classic and the new stuff. That's because in the middle of that crane truck is actually an adapter car. I actually made an adapter car for this new stuff. Yeah, it was not that hard. Anyone can do it. I think if Mattel wanted to, I think they should make an adapter cars, like, of some kind, like, you know, to link the new stuff with the old stuff, and vice versa, whatever. But yeah, that's kind of it. I know Gordon did, in fact, struggle on... I know Gordon does struggle on the hills, but, like, that's just a battery issue. And to be honest, that doesn't really, like, hinder my opinion on the toys. Speaking of which, what do I think overall, like, of these new toys that I've been able to, like, buy and, you know, experience? Like, what do I think? Well, to sum it up, basically, I think I'll go back to my point like I made in the previous video. These toys aren't bad, but they definitely aren't, like, 100% like good. I think there are improvements. I think, for the most part, the die-cast range is definitely superior to the motorized range, because the motorized range is pretty flawed. You know, given the fact that the engines only use one AAA, and, you know, the motors are pretty weak. But, I mean, yeah. Also, for the sets I got and I reviewed, like, I looked at, I think for the most part, I am pretty happy with them. I think the Bell Station's very neat. I think the Builder Bucket Pat is definitely an essential, like, to the collection. If you're looking to, if you're looking to get started, I'd recommend get the Builder Bucket, and the Bell Station, and maybe Tid Machets, but I don't really have a solid opinion, because I don't have Tid Machets yet. But, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, I think, yeah, I don't know what else to say. Definitely, like, these toys are decent for the most part. I think the die-cast are better than the motorized. But overall, I'm pretty happy with what I was able to pick up. I'm definitely going to be picking up more. Maybe just the engines. Let me know if you guys want me to do another video on these guys, because I definitely do maybe want to make another video. Maybe like a like a battle video between the old and the new. I don't know. But anyways, thank you for watching this video, and you know, I'll just let the rest of the video play out. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.